Hey, what's up, zoners? Today, we're going to be helping each other decide which wide receivers should be in our starting fantasy lineups. That means we're going over the top 5 and the bottom 5 wide receiver quarterback matchups for week 10. We have a wide receiver, man, first round rookie. You just spent all your money on the waiver wire for him. Well, guess what, dude? It's going to pay off. He gets shadowed by the New York Giants. Worst cornerback, right? So that's something to sign me up for. He's got 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Expect a big game for him. We also have a wide receiver, man. He's coming off of 2 10-plus target, 100-yard games. Last time this guy had a bad cornerback matchup, he had 0 yards, 0 receptions, 0 targets. So this is worth paying attention to. Stick around for that. We're also going to go over pass funnel defenses. What are pass funnel defenses? These are defenses that sell out against the run, just like the Minnesota Vikings, man. They are like number 1 against running backs, like number 32 against wide receivers. So they get attacked via the pass. Stick around to see which defenses make that list. I've got all my notes typed out. I have a website to help us through this. It is free, so pay attention to this. Hold on for 7 seconds. All right, let's go over this table in front of your face. You can find it on fantasypoints.com. They are the only people to come out with a table like this on Tuesday or before. You got to wait till Thursday on most sites. So just Google Week 10 wide receiver cornerback matchups and follow along. All right, let's go over the top 5 best fantasy wide receiver cornerback matchups for Week 10. First off, man, A.J. Brown. He is running 74% route participation. We want to see that 85% or above. Elite. The elite is at 90%. Let's see. Fantasy points per route run. He is at 0.57. Elite there is 0.6. That is what we are looking for. Well, guess what, man? He gets to go against Dallas this week. And not only Dallas's worst cornerback, man. So Kalen Carson is the second worst cornerback in the league as far as giving up fantasy points to wide receivers. 0.45 fantasy points per route run. A.J. Brown should have a good chance at being the number 1 wide receiver on the week if he is healthy, and apparently he is. Next up, man, we're looking at a first-round wide receiver that you just spent all your fab on, all right? Carolina, Xavier Legette, 60.4% route participation. That is for the season. I bet you over the last month, that is about 75% or above. He is sitting at 0.38 fantasy points per route run. That is pretty good. I like to see it at 0.4 to say that it is good, but that is only 0.38. This guy has caught 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games, like 4 touchdowns in the last 6, and now he gets shadowed, all right? So it doesn't matter if he moves around at all, the cornerback will follow him, and that cornerback will be the worst cornerback for the Giants, Deonte Banks. We've been talking about this guy for like 3 weeks in a row. He is a repeat offender, and he keeps on giving up the points, man. The 3rd most fantasy points per route run, 2 wide receivers on the year, 0.44. So Xavier Legette, we're looking to be a wide receiver 2 for us this week. Next up, man, Drake London. He left the game injured, okay? He is supposed to be coming back. 81% route participation. That does kind of surprise me. I thought he'd be at 85 or above. But still, he is very good. He's almost elite. 0.52 fantasy points per route run. That is amazing. And, hey, this is very interesting because right now we would tell you to usually sit this guy going against Marshawn Lattimore. They just traded Marshawn Lattimore today. Marshawn Lattimore is one of the few shutdown cornerbacks in this league, and now New Orleans does not have one. Now it's Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's one of the worst cornerbacks in this league, so Drake London and the rest of the AS or NFC South do not have to go against Marshawn Lattimore twice a year, dude. Mike Evans, rejoice, all right? And then next up, man, Drake London, 81, or did I say Drake London already? I did. Next up, Malik Neighbors, all right? 90%, 91% route participation. Holy shit, man. Give me some of that. That is elite. He is usually running routes on the outside. 0.52. So he was sitting at 0.6 not too long ago. He is all the way down to 0.52. He's had a couple bad games. And again, man, this last game, he didn't get targeted until the second half, but he still got like double-digit targets. Now he gets to go against Carolina. Not only just Carolina, man, their worst cornerback, Mike Jackson, 0.36 fantasy points per route run. That is top 10 worst in the league. So Malik Neighbors, I told you to trade him or think about benching him if he didn't do well. If he did not do well with his good matchup last week, well, he has another good one, man. So if you're getting those targets against a good matchup, I don't care, dude. He is going to I'm probably going to be ranking him in the top 12 this week. And then I would go over maybe Amon-Ra St. Brown or Mike Williams, but a different team. This guy's too consistent. Let's talk about a streamer for the 5th best, for a number 5 at least on top 5 cornerback matchups. Parker Washington for Jacksonville, man. Ever since Christian Kirk left, this guy has been involved. He is the slot wide receiver, and he gets to go against my Vikings, dude. My Vikings are a pass funnel defense. That means that they stop the run. They give it up to the pass. I could not believe Joe Flacco did not score 1,000 points. That was the first game they did well against pass, dude, in like 5 weeks. So everything tells me that Parker Washington and the Jacksonville Jaguars will be able to move the ball through the air against my Vikings. And he gets the worst, man. Byron Murphy, who I love, man. He's actually a shutdown corner on my franchise mode on Madden. Well, guess what, dude? In real life, he fucking sucks. All right, let's go over the top 5 worst fantasy wide receiver cornerback matchups for week 10. First up, man, Zay Flowers. This guy's sitting at 85% route participation in that offense. I think that is amazing. I would think that he's almost like 80 because they run the ball so much. Well, guess what, dude? They're actually throwing the ball a lot. He's getting close to that elite 90%. And talk about elite, man. He's climbing up. 0.51 fantasy points per route run. Look at this. He's almost the same as Devonta Smith. You think Devonta Smith is actually better than people think. But still, let's talk about Zay Flowers. He's going against Cincinnati's best cornerback, their slot cornerback. Look at Zay Flowers, man. He plays 65% of the time in the slot, and now he goes against the best slot cornerback in the NFL, giving up only 0.11 fantasy points per route run. Holy shit. Zay Flowers still has a good chance to score and make some plays on the outside, but where he makes his money, he will be limited. So I will still rank him in the top 12, but look for Zay Flowers to be a little bit limited this week. He's like on a historic run right now. He's doing amazing. And then, hey, dude, Devonta Smith, we just talked about him. If A.J. Brown's not playing, this is going to be pretty amazing for him because he goes from A.J. Brown has one of the best matchups. Devonta Smith has one of the worst matchups. So it will switch if A.J. Brown does not make it, and Devonta Smith will have a great matchup. But right now, he has the worst one, man. So Devonta Smith, like I said, 85% route participation, 0.53. He is like Zay Flowers right now, but nobody's really paying attention to him. Let's see. Slot cornerback. I was like, wait. Yeah, he gets the slot cornerback for Dallas, Jordan Lewis. So Dallas actually has a good cornerback, man. 0.12 fantasy points per route run. He's given up. That is elite, top 3 in the league. So Devonta Smith, depending on if A.J. Brown plays or not, will have a good matchup or a bad matchup. I see him as a low-end wide receiver, too, with this bad matchup, just because it's Dallas, man. You're going to be scoring a ton of points regardless. Then Courtland Sutton, all right? 2 games with like 10-plus targets and 100 receiving yards, which is amazing. He's got touchdowns, all that great shit. He is killing it. 75.2% route participation. I do not like that for being a number 1 wide receiver in an offense all season long, all right? But we talked about this before. When he has a bad matchup, he blocks more. He does not run that many routes. The last time he had a bad cornerback matchup, 0 receptions, 0 targets, 0 everything. All right. So Courtland Sutton, I would I'm going to rank him in my flex as a flex because there is a low floor here, dude. When he has a bad matchup against Kansas City, for God's sakes, dude. Kansas City is the best defense in the league. So yeah, Courtland Sutton to me has a low floor this week. I will rank him in outside the top 24 wide receivers. Let's see. He's going against Joshua Williams, 0.13 fantasy points per route run. Every single Kansas City Chief cornerback, dude, is elite pretty much. And then let's see. Next up, Marvin Harrison Jr., man, a repeat offender, 79% route run, man, participation. And he's the number 1 wide receiver in here. Malik Neighbors at 90%. You know, a rookie wide receiver, number 1 in the offense all season long. It should be higher. I do not like that. But he does have 0.45 fantasy points per route run. That is pretty damn good. It's almost elite. You know, just give me kind of like 0.15 more and you'll almost be to Malik Neighbors. But hey, man, this week he gets DJ Reed. DJ Reed's amazing all season long. Shutdown corner. Him and Sauce Gardner, you do not want anything to do with. So yeah, man, Marvin Harrison Jr. will actually, when he has a bad matchup, it's terrible. It's like Courtland Sutton, man. He will be on my bench this week. Then next up, I would say Michael Pittman, but we don't care about Michael Pittman. I want to talk about DeAndre Hopkins, man, because I watched that game. DeAndre Hopkins looked amazing. So 56% route participation, that is on the year. He was played for Tennessee. He's blocking most of the time, man, coming off the injury all the time. Right now, dude, he's one of the most used wide receivers on the Chiefs, running the most routes. So throw those numbers out the window, but do pay attention to 0.49 fantasy points per route run. Holy shit, after this last week. So yeah, he is already very good to almost elite in that efficiency metric, but he will be shadowed by Patrick Surtain this week. So I do not see it being a 9-target game, but the way that they use DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone, I would still bet on him getting a touchdown and probably like 5 to 6 targets. So not 9 targets, not 90 yards. Look for like 5 to 6 targets, 50 to 60 yards, and a touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. All right, guys, let's quickly go over the pass funnel defenses. These are the defenses that just attack the run and don't give a shit about people passing ton of points via the pass. Baltimore Ravens, man, they are the worst of these. They are the most extreme of these defenses. They're going against Cincinnati. So holy shit, man. Mike Gesicki with T. Higgins. T. Higgins isn't even practicing today. He should have a good chance to be a tight end 1 this week. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdowns. Oh my God, man. Let's see. Andre Yoshivas might be startable as well. My Vikings, man, at Jacksonville, look for Parker Washington, man, to get in a full PPR to be worth a flex option. You can stream him. Detroit Lions at Houston, look for Tank Dell. I would say Dalton Schultz, but I do not believe in him. Look for Tank Dell to get 10 plus targets and have a big game. Cleveland Browns are on a bye, and then the Houston Texans, man, they're playing Detroit. Look for Amon-Ra St. Brown to get more targets this week, probably. He has not been getting any targets at all. He's been getting saved by touchdowns. And look for Jameson Williams, if he comes back, to be targeted right where he left off, man. And so those are the pass funnel defenses, and below are the run funnel defenses. Those are the inverse of that. You can think about that yourself. All right, everybody, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching. If you actually did like this, please give me a thumbs up, man. It sends me out to a ton more people, or at least it's supposed to, for God's sakes. Hey, so hopefully I earned that thumbs up. Hopefully I earned a subscription, man. We need it. Just look at our subscribers. We need your help. Please subscribe. This is, we got, a show with streamers and start or sits coming out on Thursday morning. We have our live drinking shows on Friday. Come hang out with us. This is Tyler Big Turd Ward, and I appreciate you.